We talked about how we individually and collectively often try and distance ourselves from other people's pain. But then, as therapists, and especially Van, in the position you've worked in community mental health, working with vulnerable, unhoused populations, how can you avoid burnout? That's kind of the opposite side of empathy, right? When you care too much, when you've cared for so long that it's starting to affect you.
I'm not bringing anything new to the table in suggesting general self-care practices.
Yeah.
Having things you'd like to do outside of a job, not making profession our entire life.
Mm-hmm.
Having hobby, regular exercise, good sleep,
Yeah.
healthy diet, all that stuff, as well as having regular ongoing supervision, having our own therapy and doing our own work.
Yeah.
And a really important one is maintaining the therapeutic frame and having boundaries with clients, making sure therapy stays in the therapy room, not being on call with your clients, stepping back from that, having set hours that you answer emails and not stepping out of that, because these things lead to wear and tear on our minds, on our hearts. We got to keep ourselves in check and take care of ourselves in order to be able to take care of others.
A nice thing, I guess, is that you can kind of move around, right? So like it's the part where you don't have to stay in the same job for 40 years anymore. People hop around, they'll do a couple years in extreme like family services or community mental health, and then they might do a couple years of private practice. And we have that happening a lot in our office. People that, they've done a decade in like very difficult casework, and then they just kind of need to take a breath from that. And they might go into a different area of mental health later, or maybe more research, or maybe more like advocacy kind of stuff where they're actually affecting those decisions about how we're implementing community mental health. So I just love that kind of flexibility. And I think for mental health providers, it's just like a healthy way to look at it.